Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we do the final entry in the bomber section, which is the Tu-160. Tu-160 Blackjack, title Tupolev Tu-160, NATO reporting name Blackjack, type 4-engine variable geometry long-range strategic bomber. Program, designed as Aircraft 70 under leadership of V.I. Bliznuk. Prototype observed by satellite at Ramenskoye Flight Test Center, 25th of November 1981. Photograph in 1982 to 1983 Janes. First flew 19th of December 1981. U.S. Defense Secretary Frank Carlucci invited to inspect 12th aircraft built at Kubinka Air Base near Moscow. 2nd of August 1988. Deliveries to 184th Regiment, Kryluki Air Base, Ukraine, began May of 1987. Production at Kazan Airframe Plant ended 1992. Design features: intended for high-altitude standoff role, carrying air-launched cruise missiles and for defense suppression using short-range attack missiles similar to U.S. Air Force SRAMs. A long path of bomber making low-altitude penetration to attack primary targets with free-fall nuclear bombs or missiles. This implies capability of subsonic cruise, supersonic dash at almost Mach 2, at 18,300 meters or 60,000 feet, and transonic flight at low altitude. About 20% longer than USAF B-1B with greater unrefueled combat radius and much higher max speed. Low-mounted variable geometry wings with very long and sharply swept fixed root panel. Small diameter circular fuselage, horizontal tail surfaces mounted high on fin, upper portion of which is pivoted one-piece all-moving surface. Large dorsal fin, engines mounted as widely separated pairs in underwing ducts, each with central horizontal V-wedge intakes and jet pipes extending well beyond wing's center section trailing edge. Manually selected outer wing sweep back 20 degrees, 35 degrees, and 65 degrees. When wings fully swept, inboard portion of each trailing edge flap hinges upward and extends above wing as large vents. Unswept tail fin, swept back horizontal surfaces with conical fairing for brake chute aft of intersection. Landing gear: twin nose wheels retract rearward. Main gear comprises 2 bogies, each with 3 pairs of wheels. Retraction very like that on Tu-154 airliner, as each leg pivots rearward. Bogie rotates through 90 degrees around axis of center pair of wheels to lie parallel with retracted leg. Gear retracts into the thickest part of wing between fuselage and inboard engine on each side, so track relatively small. Nose wheel tires size 1080 mm by 400 mm, main wheel tires size 1260 mm by 425 mm. Power plant: 4 Samara Trud NK321 turbofans, each 225 kilonewtons or 50,500 pounds static thrust with afterburning. In-flight refueling probe retracts into top of nose. Accommodation: 4 crew members in pairs on individual K-36 ejection seats. 1 window each side of flight deck can be moved inward and rearward for ventilation on ground. Flying controls use fighter-type sticks rather than yokes or wheels. Crew enter via nose wheel bay. Avionics: radar and slightly upturned dielectric nose cone claimed to provide terrain following capability. Pairing with flat glazed front panel under forward fuselage for video camera to provide visual assistance for weapon aiming. Astro inertial nav with map display, no head-up display or CRTs. Active jamming self-defense system. Armament: no guns. Internal stowage for up to 16,330 kilograms or 36,000 pounds of free-fall bombs, short-range attack missiles, or air-launched cruise missiles. Rotary launcher can be installed in each of 2 12.8 meter or 42 foot long weapons bays, carrying 12 KH-15P NATO designation AS-16 kickback short-range attack missiles or 6 KH-55 NATO designation AH-15 Kent air-launched cruise missiles. Dimensions: external wingspan fully spread 20 degrees, 55.7 meters or 182 feet 9 inches. 35 degrees swept 50.7 meters or 166 feet 4 inches. Fully swept 65 degrees, 35.6 meters or 116 feet 9 3/4 inches. Length overall 54.1 meters or 177 feet 6 inches. Height overall 13.1 meters or 43 feet 0 inches. Tailplane span 13.25 meters, or 43 feet 5 3/4 inches. Weights and loadings: weight empty, 110,000 kilograms, or 242,500 pounds. Max fuel: 160,000 kilograms, or 352,735 pounds. Max landing weight: 155,000 kilograms, or 341,710 pounds. Max power loading: 200 kilograms per kilonewton, or 2.75 pounds per pound of static thrust. Performance: max level speed at 12,200 meters or 40,000 feet, Mach 2.05 or 1,200 knots, or 2,220 kilometers per hour or 1,380 miles per hour. Cruising speed at 13,700 meters or 45,000 feet, Mach 0.9 or 516 knots or 960 kilometers per hour or 596 miles per hour. Max rate of climb at sea level: 4,200 meters per minute or 13,780 feet per minute. Surface ceiling: 15,000 meters or 49,200 feet. Max unrefueled range: 6,640 nautical miles or 12,000 kilometers or 7,640 miles. G limit 2. Length: 54.1 meters, height: 13.1 meters, wingspan: 55.7 meters, max takeoff weight: 275,000 kilograms, max level speed: 1,200 knots, takeoff run: 2,200 meters, landing run: 1,600 meters, max rate of climb: 4,200 meters per minute, surface ceiling: 15,000 meters. Oh, this is surprising that they have a picture of the engine and cockpit, since this was the Soviet Union's newest, greatest bomber at the time of the fall of the Soviet Union. So you'd think around the time this game was made, it would be the bomber that they knew the least about, but I guess not. Here we see the cockpit with, again, like they said, the fighter aircraft style joysticks instead of the yokes typically used on large aircraft. Photo album: we got one in flight banking to the right, another one in flight banking to the left, with landing gear down and flaps extended, so possibly on landing approach or just taking off. And then we have another one which looks like from the angle possibly taking off. It's climbing, gears down, flaps extended. And that's it. So then here we can see 3D model, and it is very much the Russian analogs to the B-1B bomber. They look so similar. But yeah, this was the big scary thing, but they never did make too many because of the fall of the Soviet Union. So with that concludes the bomber section of the James reference materials. So next week we will be starting the helicopter section. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.